Welcome. This is Jeremy, and he has worked for a number of blue chip clients over the course of his career, many of them industry leaders, and has led projects within professions as diverse as legal, aviation, and financial services. He's brought out his first book, The Everyday Project Manager, and that was written to distill the core principles of project management and make them accessible to the everyday reader. Thanks, everyone. I'll hand over to you, Jeremy.
Thanks very much, Emily, and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. Getting off on the right foot, so I want to talk first about some concepts that I use every day in project management. They're the 6 key concepts that underlie all projects, and therefore getting them right at the outset is a real signifier for a project that's going to deliver successfully. So when you set out to do a project, these 3 concepts are really important. So the vision is the overarching idea that sort of sets the context for the project, the background to the project. And then you have the benefits. Now these link to the vision and they describe what the project will actually get you. It's the measurable thing that you get at the end of it when you've delivered your project. And finally, the objectives, which is the thing you're interested in if you're the project manager on a project. The objectives are what the project will actually do in order to achieve those benefits. And it's important to understand that the vision and the benefits, that's sort of the customer, what the person sponsoring the project is interested in. They own those things, whereas the project manager owns, as I say, the objectives, and that's what the project manager is really tasked with doing. Which brings us to our next 3 concepts. That's the vision, the benefits, and the objectives. The next 3 concepts are summed up quite nicely by this little sign here, which you quite often see hung in project offices. We offer 3 kinds of service: good, fast, and cheap. But in project life, you can only have 2. Now, the important thing to understand about time, cost, and quality is one of those is going to be more important than the other. So the first example is an Olympic stadium. I've got one time for an Olympic stadium. Yeah, a few people saying time. That's great. That's absolutely correct. Time is going to be the overriding factor on Olympic stadium. We know when we have to deliver the Olympics, and we'll spend more to get there if we need to. If it means having using Olympic swimming pools in the area rather than a custom built swimming pool area, then that's fine. We will sacrifice quality over time for the Olympics. So once you've set your time, cost, and quality targets, so you've agreed the objectives. After that, if you want to change any one of those things, and customers will always want to change one of those things at some point in the project, it's a trade-off with one of the other ones. So that table there hopefully brings that to life. If you want to go faster, but you've got a set idea about the quality you want, well, then you're just going to have to throw more money at it. So that's getting things off on the right foot. But once you're going, one of the things you next need to be thinking about is, well, what could possibly go wrong? And this in project life is known as risk management. And so we're going to do a quick guide to risk management. A risk is an uncertain event. So something that we don't know about yet, its nature is uncertain, which if it were to occur, it hasn't occurred yet, but if it were to occur, would have an impact on the objectives of the project. Objectives, again, using that term very specifically, it has an important meaning within project management, has an impact on the things we're trying to do. Okay, there seems to be a bit of consensus there around it being both things. And this is one of the reasons I like risk management. It's quite counterintuitive. You score each of your risks, give it an impact score and a probability score, and that tells you where on the spectrum of priority it should be sitting. And that's a very, very whistle-stop tour of setting projects up and how you might manage some of the risks on the projects. But the last thing I just wanted to talk about was, and the reason for writing the book, and the thing I've come to quite passionately believe is, these are extremely powerful life tools. These are not just project management tools. These are not just a business device. They're extremely powerful in life. I strongly encourage you, as I've done myself, to think about something you might like to do. And rather than just go for it, as we all want to do when we get excited about an idea, write out, what's the vision this sits within? What are the benefits? What do I actually hope to get? And put some figures against it about what I'm going to get. And then what are the things I need to do to get there? And then you just focus on the objectives. Just focus on doing the things you need to do to get you to the place you want to be. Once you focus that, and don't worry about the benefits, because they'll come if you deliver the objectives. it really enables you to cut out the noise and get on with achieving things. So that's what I wanted to communicate today. I hope that's been useful to you. I couldn't go without one final thing, which is to say that my book, if you have enjoyed any of this, is available tomorrow on Amazon. But please also follow us on social media or go to our website if you want to learn any more about what we do or about any of these concepts that we talked today. So thank you very much for having me. I'm really grateful to you. And I suppose any questions, let's open it up if anyone's got any queries about what I've said.